Hey everyone, welcome back to my YouTube channel. Thanks for being here today. Well, I'm really excited to announce to you that my new book is here, Black Swan Ghosts, Sociologist Encounters Witnesses to Unexplained Aerial Craft, Their Occupants, and Other Elements of the Multiverse. Well, this book is the product of a couple of years of effort. It's now available in paperback form. It was an ebook before for a few weeks, and this book is really about all of my unexpected encounters with witnesses to unexplained aerial craft, for lack of a better word. I think you know what we're talking about. Sometimes people call these things UFOs, but really, I don't know if they're really flying because they seem to kind of hover and float, and they don't seem to propel themselves with the means that our airplanes do. So I don't know if they're really flying, and maybe they're not always unidentified either. Maybe they're really from somewhere else. And I don't know, their object, their crafts, whatever you want to call them. But really, I'm really excited about this book. I encountered a lot of people over the years that had experiences, all types of experiences that are completely unexplained according to our current scientific paradigm. And this wasn't something I was looking for, folks. I have to stress to you, this is a book, as I say, I never thought I was going to write this, but after getting involved with remote viewing and then studying crop circles, going over to visit crop circles in the UK and giving crop circle tours, I came in contact with more and more people who have had their own experiences with unidentified aerial vehicles, unidentified aerial phenomena, as the British MOD like to call it, and even Hillary Clinton referred to it recently on the Jimmy Kimmel show. You know, this is a big topic and we don't know exactly what we're dealing with. But I do know that the longer we don't talk about it, the more of a surprise it's going to be when it finally surfaces, whatever it turns out to be. The people who I included in this book are people that I know really well. It wasn't people who just came up to me and said, "Hey Simeon, I have this story I need to tell you." And it wasn't people I was looking for. These are people, for the most part, with the exception of some of the witnesses at the citizen hearing in DC at the National Press Club a couple of years ago. These are people I knew for a long time, and once in a while, people open up to you and tell you their stories. Maybe this has happened to you. And all of a sudden, it's like, wow, that's amazing, you know? Terry, tell me more about that story. And so the Black Swan Ghost is full of these types of stories and my own kind of commentary about why are we as a society so afraid to talk about this topic. I mean, what is this phenomenon? And even if we don't understand it, how come we don't talk about it? Because, you know, in other societies, they do talk about it. I remember at the citizen hearing, the representatives from the Latin American countries said that they had conferences. Even the military of Chile had their conferences. They invited the public with their own camera and video footage, you know, obviously excellent stuff because it was coming from the military, and saying, hey, these are unexplained vehicles, we don't know what they are, they're not ours, they don't seem to belong to any country on earth, and we're showing them to you just so you know what's going on. And somehow in our own country we're not doing this yet. Everyone's afraid to touch this topic. Even your representative in Congress doesn't want to talk about this topic. Why is that? Well, I mean, we can speculate. There are a lot of possible reasons. I'll leave it up to you to come up with your own reason why we don't want to talk about it. Is it secretly back-engineered vehicles? Is it a top military secret? Or is it just something that's really unexplainable and hard to understand? I'm not totally sure. I think it's maybe all of the above. But some of the cases in here are really just exceptional. And I have to say, some of the witnesses here, it took a long time to get the permission to share these stories because they just weren't sure if they should openly tell people about what they had seen, or maybe their parents who had been in the military had seen. But you know, we have Peter from England, the jockey that we met, who had had his own encounter near Epsom in the 1970s, followed up by strange phone calls and even an invitation to a so-called UFO meeting, which didn't turn out to be a meeting at all. They were just trying to interrogate him to find out what he had seen. Louise Voves, this wonderful woman up in northern Idaho, is no longer with us, but she and her brother had this amazing sighting of craft overhead while they were picking huckleberries near Usk, Washington, and just incredible. And before you knew it, the military were up there cordoning off the whole area, told them they had to leave, wanted to find out every detail of what they'd seen of this object that had been hovering over them. And oh, my friend Joy French, who had missing time with a friend in a car, strange lights coming down on the car as it stalled, the radio going out, and a series of missing times, which she couldn't explain. Her friend had the exact same experience when they compared it later. This wonderful policeman we met in the UK, in Wales, at this UFO meeting, who saw this object one night. A whole bunch of people were outside with a telescope landing on the golf course. It was so bright, he said he didn't want to go anywhere near it. He was off duty at the time. But the next morning, coming back from the police station, he saw what he described as a spaceman, 8 to 9 foot tall being in a spacesuit up against the wall of the agricultural college. And he was just shocked beyond belief. Anyway, you know, the book is full of encounters like this, and I was so impressed with these witnesses. I put them all in one book for you. I hope you take a look at Black Swan Ghosts. I think you're really gonna like it. And please go to the blackswanghosts.com website and you can learn more about it. And of course, you can always visit my blog at New Crystal Mind to find out the latest commentary and ideas, how people are reacting to it. But anyway, again, thanks again for being a subscriber. This is available on Amazon.com. This is the only place you can get the print copy right now. And I'm hoping to come out with a bigger version later on. That'll be a bigger project with illustrations and so forth. But right now, this is what it looks like. I'm really happy with the outcome. I hope that you get a chance to look at it. And of course, I'm really interested in your experiences. I mean, have you had any experiences with these sort of phenomena that you haven't told anyone about? Weren't sure what it meant? It's kind of unexplained, or maybe someone you know, I bet you have. That's why I wrote this. I wrote it for you. So anyway, hey, thanks a lot for listening. Thanks for being here, and we'll talk to you another time. Take care for now, and bye.